Well, Kristen Weld is a historian of modern Latin America at Harvard University. She joins us now from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Thank you for being with us. We're just talking about just how bad this could get for the president of Guatemala. And this is a scandal that has continued to grow over time, and it's already claimed several other people, including the vice president. He's denied those allegations so far. What's in store for him? And will this customs scandal, what will this mean for his legacy?
Well, what's in store for him next is that he will have to do something that no sitting Guatemalan president has ever had to do, which is to actually face justice. Guatemala, in its post-war period, since the signing of peace accords in 1996, has been a political environment of tremendous impunity. Perez Molina is not the first senior state official to be accused of illicit activity, be that money laundering, be it influence trafficking, be it customs fraud. And so what is new and exciting about this moment is that this is the first time really that wall of impunity that has sustained the post-war political structure in Guatemala has started to come down for someone who still wields a tremendous amount of power within that system. What it means for his legacy is more complicated, I think, for many people. Whether or not Perez Molina had been exposed as being a part of this customs fraud ring, this is a person whose quote-unquote legacy is already tremendously tarnished. Perez Molina was a high-ranking army general. He was a commander in the Ixil Triangle region of Guatemala in the early 1980s at precisely the time and in precisely the place where the Guatemalan military carried out acts of genocide against the indigenous Mayan population. These are also very disturbing acts for which Perez Molina has never had to face justice, even though there's a tremendous amount of evidence as to his involvement, his role in the army chain of command in this region. And so we're not talking about an angelic political figure. We're not talking about someone whose past is not tarnished. Rather, we're talking about someone who will face justice for one set of allegations, but who arguably ought to have faced justice for a whole different set of allegations several decades ago.
And what does this mean for the elections that are coming up? He can't run in these elections, but they are supposed to take place on Sunday. Is that still going to happen?
We don't know. It looks like it will, but over the last 20 weeks of mobilizations, of protests, of discussion within Guatemalan civil society, there's been a very real and very vigorous debate about whether or not elections actually can be fairly and decently carried out in these conditions. Perez Molina and his cabinet and vice president are the tip of an enormous iceberg of corruption among public officials, of the parallel powers from the military, from narco-trafficking that have been controlling the levers of the Guatemalan state for decades now. And so what this scandal exposes is not just a few bad apples within an otherwise functioning system. What it exposes is the rot at the very core of that system. And many people in Guatemala are now saying that we shouldn't have elections. People should either abstain from voting or should spoil their ballots. And so that calls into question really the sort of functioning of the constitutional mechanisms by which public officials are selected in Guatemala. And we don't know what's going to happen. The elections might be postponed. I think that is unlikely. But who knows? Anything is fair game. I would have said a week ago that it's unlikely that Congress would have voted to take away Perez Molina's immunity. So really anything is up for grabs. But I think the tougher question is if the elections do proceed and you have significant rates of abstention or of ballot spoiling, what kind of mandate is whoever's elected going to have? There is no other political party in the game in Guatemala that has not faced accusations of corruption, of campaign finance irregularities, what have you. There's no kind of shining figure waiting in the wings to rescue the Guatemalan political system from itself. Many people are saying that that system cannot be rescued. It must be torn down and rebuilt from the roots.
Good to get your thoughts on this. Kristen Weld joining us there from Cambridge, Massachusetts.